During the day, the Russian military shelled several settlements in Dnipropetrovsk region. This was announced by the head of the military administration, Alexander Vilkul.
The territories of Apostolovo and Zelenodolsk communities have been repeatedly shelled with artillery. The enemy fired artillery at the private sector in Mariansk. Houses and gas pipeline have been damaged.
According to the head of the regional military administration, Valentin Reznichenko, 2 children, aged 5 and 10, and their mother have been injured in Zelenodolsk community as a result of the shelling. During the current day, the Russian military killed 3 civilians in Donetsk region, 2 in Avdiivka and 1 in Stary Karavan. Another 9 people were injured. This was announced by the head of Donetsk Regional Military Administration, Pavlo Kyrylenko. According to him, it is currently impossible to establish the exact number of victims in Mariupol and Volnovakha. The Russian army continues to fire at the civilian infrastructure of the region. This day, Severodonetsk, Borivske, Ustynivka and Lysychansk have come under enemy fire. This was announced by the head of Luhansk Regional Military Administration, Serhiy Haidai. Russian military assault aircraft also launched airstrikes near Myrna Dolina settlement. Serhiy Haidai added that near Metyolkine and Bilogorivka, the enemy had tried to carry out assault operations, but had suffered losses and retreated to the previous positions. Fighting continues in the center of Severodonetsk. During the day, 9 houses have been damaged in the town. In Lysychansk, Russian troops killed a woman and damaged a fire department. A total of 36 residential buildings in the region have been destroyed or damaged this day. The head of Kharkiv Regional Military Administration, Oleg Syniehubov, said that during the day the Russian military had fired at the villages of Tsirkuni, Korobotchkine, the urban village of Klugino-Bashkirivka, and the town of Chuguyev. In Tsirkuni, enemy shells caused 6 fires in private homes, and a grain hangar burned. In total, 5 civilians have been injured in Kharkiv region. According to Syniehubov, hostilities are currently underway in the region. All attempts of enemy attacks in Kharkiv and Izium directions are repulsed by the Ukrainian military. This day, Kharkiv Regional Prosecutor's Office has documented another crime committed by the Russian military and has launched a pre-trial investigation into violations of the laws and customs of war. According to investigators, on the night of June the 2nd, the Russian military launched a missile strike on Kharkiv. One of the shells hit a school in the north of the city. The central building was completely destroyed. Windows were blown out in the neighboring academic unit, and the blast wave partially destroyed the walls. A 71-year-old woman died as a result of the impact. She returned to Kharkiv from evacuation a few days before the shelling. The public prosecutor's office told Suspilne about it. The night watchman's head, arms and legs were cut with debris.
They did so to intimidate parents into preventing their children from being educated. It's scary they are not people and can't even be called animals.
Svetlana Brydun says that first she built this school and later taught Ukrainian and Russian languages here. The school had the only museum of the Russian poet Sergei Yesenin in Ukraine. Just for the record, what Banderivtsi and the Nazis study. When I came, I cried. And what else can you feel when you see this? Russian soldiers stole about $135 million worth of equipment from laboratories during the occupation of Chornobyl nuclear power plant. The head of the State Agency of Ukraine for Exclusion Zone Management, Yevhen Kramarenko, told the Washington Post about this. According to him, the Russians stole a total of 698 computers, 344 vehicles, 1,500 radiation dosimeters, and also all fire extinguishers. The final list of stolen property is currently being formed. According to Kramarenko, the stolen equipment was partially supplied with GPS beacons, so it can be tracked. We see that part of it is located in Belarus, along the border, and some equipment is moving, Gomel, Minsk, and other places, he said in an interview. Chernobyl nuclear power plant was seized on February the 26th by Russian troops who held staff hostage for more than a month, while the staff continued to work at the plant. In Cherkasy, a man with a disability, along with his wife and daughter, make varenyks at home for Ukrainian defenders. They make 300 and more pieces a day. We make such a dough that has a long shelf life so that it doesn't spoil and reaches the guys in the hottest spots. Varenics are cooked according to a recipe inherited from her mother, says Yevhen's wife Tatiana. Varenics are made with thoughts of victory.
For our guys, so that they later have the desire to overcome the enemies who come to them.
Boiled vareniks are packed in special bags and sent to the military with the help of volunteers, says daughter Yana. It is such a part of home that goes to their forefront, home-cooked food. It's not canned meat or soup. These are homemade vareniks. We are sent very moving videos that we cry about every night. The military call and say, "Girls, your vareniks are everything for us." Vareniks have been cooked for the military for over a month. As said by the head of the family, it all started with the daughter who made dinners for lonely pensioners.
My wife also went there to make vareniks. They do not meet every day, twice or once a week. I said, Tanya, what if we could do it at home, but in smaller quantity? She said we could make 300 to 400 vareniks a day. In a week we make from 1,500 to 2,000 vareniks.
The fighters eagerly wait for a treat from the Kompanets family. They write about it personally, says Tatiana. Our vareniks are eaten very quickly because it's a ready meal. Just put them in the sun and you can already eat. Most of our defenders do not have the opportunity to cook them, so they arrive completely ready, get defrosted and can be eaten. Yevgeny says that due to injury he cannot defend the homeland, so he's bringing the victory closer by helping the armed forces.